On May 29, 1971, Pam Jackson and Cheryl Miller were headed here to an end-of-the-year party with the rest of their junior class. But they never made it, and up until this week, no one ever knew what happened to them. Now, some of those who last saw them alive are speaking out.
We just passed the word around. It was a class party out at the gravel pits.
Cheryl and Pam decided to follow three of their classmates to the party: Mark Lochterman, Pat Gale, and Steve Glass.
Pam and Cheryl were behind us. We took the right turn onto this gravel road, and the gravel pit was on the left-hand side of the road.
But the boys missed the turn and drove past the party.
When we stopped at the bottom of the hill and to turn around, we never saw their headlights behind us anymore.
He figured Pam and Cheryl had not missed the turn and were already there, but they weren't. Iverson says when the girls didn't come back, many people assumed they just ran off, perhaps joined a hippie commune or drove to California. But those who knew the girls knew that probably wasn't the case.
They wouldn't have done that. No, they were good old farm girls and very family-oriented, very church-oriented.
Pat and Steve were immediately interviewed by the Union County Sheriff, but Lochterman has never been questioned about that night. In fact, this is the first time he's ever spoken publicly about the case.
It always struck me as very odd. Not that I could have added anything to what Pat and Steve said, but it seemed like, you don't leave any stone uncovered.
And it seems to some that the authorities at the time didn't pay much attention to what the boys told them.
It should have been easy to find them. They're somewhere between point A and point B, and the only thing there is a creek.
In Vermilion, the recent discovery of the girls' car and possibly their remains has the town talking.
I probably talked to 5 or 6 classmates in the last 24 hours.
To those who were at the gravel pit that fateful night, the truth behind their classmates' disappearance no longer seems a mystery.
It just makes sense that's where it would be. Now that we know, we can look back and say, my gosh, it's so easy to figure out that that's where the only place it could have been.
But for Mark Lochterman, that leaves one burning question.
If this bridge was on that road and when we turned around and went back, they had gone off the road, and we just drove past them and didn't even know it.
Leaving him wishing he could have done more. Near Alcester, South Dakota, Kristen Johnson, KTIV News 4.